Today's video is about my top 10 reasons why I hate winter. Of course, the winter season is here once again. So long spring, summer, and fall. Summer and winter are two of the most hated seasons I cannot stand. But winter takes the cake for me. Sure, summer tends to burn people up to death, but winter is below zero weather, constant snowing and shoveling wins my hatred for it. So let's get started in no particular order. Number 10. Packing spring and summer clothes away for fall and winter. This pretty much starts when it's time for the fall season to come. We put our spring, summer clothes away, and it starts to get cooler for both fall and winter seasons. Women pack away their short shorts, mini skirts, and titties for the winter. How sad. Number 9. Having dry lips and hands. This is what happens when it's freezing cold, so make sure you put on plenty of lotion for your hands and chapstick for your lips, being chappy and dry. There's probably some guys or little boys who probably won't be caught dead wearing it. Most little boys who probably think chapstick is lipstick. Well, just in case it's not, so put some chapstick on those lips. Number 8. Getting the flu. No one ever wants to get sick, and definitely when it comes to cold seasons. People tend to catch the flu if someone else is sick due to sneezing on you and not covering their mouths. Sick people can spread germs when someone sneezes on their hands, and the other person may shake he or she hands without noticing that they sneezed in their hands in the first place, causing others to get sick and end up like the other sick victims. So if you're under the weather, please stay home and don't bother coming to school or work, etc. But if you still want to come despite being under the weather, just make sure you don't get others sick and they don't end up like you. Remember to wash your hands with warm water and soap and hand sanitizer to kill germs. Thank you. Number 7. Wearing tons of clothes. It's the only way to keep you warm, but why is it that when you enter into a building, you quickly start feeling hot? Maybe even itch a little. I hate that. Maybe because the heater in the building is already on, but even if it's not on, you'll probably start feeling hot, especially when it comes to wearing long johns. Number 6. It gets dark early. Once daylight saving time arrives in November, it gets dark early, and it lasts until March. I know that there are people who despise it during the fall and winter. I mean, I don't mind it sometimes. I think it looks lovely, and I think it's romantic. But I just think it's too much for it to do it every day. Plus, I feel like it's not enough hours in the day when it gets dark around 5 or 5:30 p.m. Now that's really depressing. Number 5. There's nothing to do. What do you expect? It's winter. It's too freezing cold to go anywhere. The best thing to do is to stay nice and toasty in the house near a fireplace if you have one. The only thing you can do is play video games, sleep, and eat food, just like bears. We as humans are hibernating ourselves for the winter. We eat whatever we like around the holidays, and after the holidays, we gain a few pounds and probably exercise when spring arrives, I guess. Sure, there are winter activities like hockey, figure skating, skiing, snowboarding, but I have no interest in that, and when it's really cold. Number 4. Cold weather. I can't stand cold weather. It's even worse when you're outside waiting for a ride home from a friend or on a bus. Having below zero weather doesn't help. People don't deserve to be freezing their asses off in below weather. You're feeling as cold as a human corpse. I wouldn't mind if the weather was at least in the 40s or 50s or even 30s. And I understand that's why it's called winter, because of the snow and cold weather, but I'm just saying it would be nice if there was no below zero type weather. Number 3. Driving in bad roads. Thank God I don't have my own car and don't have to drive in the bad roads right now, but I feel so bad for the people that do when they're on their way to certain places. The winter season can also be one of the most dangerous seasons due to the icy, slippery roads. You have to make sure you drive slow, otherwise you'll end up in a car accident due to some jackwagon not driving right. And hope and pray both cars won't flip and crash and no one ends up badly injured. Screw bad roads. Number 2. Snow. Don't get me wrong, the snow is lovely and pretty to look at on Christmas and on New Year's Day. I don't mind snow on the ground from early to mid-January either, but after that it can go away for good. I didn't mind the snow when I was little. There's probably others who felt the same. You're one of those kids who would go, "Ooh, it's snowing, it's snowing." Then you get older, you tend to not care for both the cold and snow, especially live in a cold place where it's freezing cold and snow constantly dumps on you. The best thing about the snow is when it snows like 4 to 6 inches. That means no school for students. Yay! Although it may not be the same for those who have to work. So if you don't think you can make it, then you might want to call and say that you can't make it. It sucks. But what's even worse is that there's snowstorms and blizzards. And don't forget, even if you tend to have a snow day and you don't have to go to school or work, there still has to be snow to shovel. And now, the number one reason why I hate winter so much, and for doing it for the fourth time on Monday, shoveling. I hate shoveling the snow with so much passion, especially if it snows up to 4 to 6 inches. Monday was the fourth time I had to shovel the snow. And I hope and pray this is the last time I shovel for the rest of the season. My cousin Dominique was supposed to come to my house, right, and shovel so he could, quote, make some money, unquote. Never showed up, and it was half his fault and not his fault, leaving me to shovel by myself. I could have been done a long time ago. He could have called so me and my mom would know eventually. But no. I had to take my hoochie black ass outside to shovel before it got really cold, before it got dark, and making sure not to get a frostbite. The snow was so heavy, I had to make sure to be careful and don't end up with a heart attack. My mother, aka Little Miss Researcher, because she do some research and stuff, told me that people who don't tend to exercise that much can end up with heart attacks and die when it comes to shoveling. And I mean like hard and heavy shoveling. And apparently this has happened to people on the news. A lot of people have died from shoveling the snow and ended up with heart attacks and died. And it can happen to anybody, no matter what age. It doesn't matter what age. It can happen to the younger and older people. I wish my mom would have let one of the people who asked to shovel the snow do it instead of me. She told them no. But she knew she should have let one of them do it. In my mind, I'm like, what are you doing? She obviously was just being cautious because they were probably con artists. I get it. She just wanted to make sure they weren't scamming her for her money. I'm sure she had enough money to pay someone to shovel our snow. But it's some people who can just, take advantage of you and take your money and stuff. I get it. But don't just assume that everybody at the door are con artists. I think she should have just gone with the flow. And if one of them would have been a con artist or scamming you for your money, how about you just go run and tackle their asses and beat the crap out of them until you get your money back? Well, as long as you're careful and, there's nothing icy on the ground or anything. We don't want you to be slipping and falling. Hopefully this is the last time that I don't have to shovel anymore for the rest of the winter season. And there are no more snowstorms and blizzards as well. I'd rather it rain. After living here in Pontiac, Michigan for 23 years, the longer I've been, the sooner I get tired of winter. I'm ready to go to some place where it's nice and warm, like Florida, whether it's Miami or Orlando, I don't care, or Hawaii. F winter, can't wait till spring comes. At least there's only 2 more months left, but it's not going to come anytime soon that damn fast. I'll probably do a follow-up video on some things I do like about winter. Anyways, everyone stay away from the cold, be safe, and stay warm.